Some history talks. This one here walks for miles across the smiles of generations of daughters. Across waters it runs in the hands of sons that pray with them, never play victim. Seizing power for ourselves. Seizing time so we can pause and see ourselves wherever we decide to dwell. Producing ourselves. Producing ourselves. Producing ourselves so we can stand high on the hill with our eyes pointed towards the disk rising on the happy double horizon. Seeing the future. Producing the future. Producing the future like angels that sung on the soundtrack to heaven. Like those that gave shelter to cowboys that stand tall here on earth with their heads high, that travel through Babylon but know not to roam. Those that know how to shoot from the hip, leaving legions of pigs to jump off cliffs. This for those from Chicago to Mali. Those who know their reflection of self is more than what they see in the blazing hot sands they find themselves in. This for black unicorns that pray to a Lord whose crown is found nesting among the crows in Hollywood cottages chopped from sacred groves, who laugh good and smile hard and love the babies like Wu-Tang from the belly's depth, like the ocean, to the top where the rivers walk and X marks the spot that helped to give motion to a people on the quest to finally cut the ties with those like strings that don't want us to be free. Our natural selves, upheld like beautiful flowers, speaking truth with power. Jedemiah M. Second. Keeping our eyes to the hollow towers on hilltops from whence cometh our help, and lessons on a nation that would stretch forth their hands forth and back would come indigo crowns out of Egypt by way of the Almighty. Proud to be happy, like blue painted faces, ones on the walls of temples, now in the halls of museums, where we let queens know we too see them. We do, we do, we do. Like early morning hummingbirds catching worms, where angels are disguised as owls, and you never know who you may run into that sees you with a smile on your grill or a grill on your smile, flowing together like the Nile, where we produced ourselves, where we produced ourselves, where we produced ourselves, where we produced ourselves from the mother of cells. We produced ourselves to be held and cherished like stars in the clouds that never perish. In cold worlds where we don't carry umbrellas for rain, caught in crosswinds of cold wars, learning to smile through pain as we ride through the city blowing horns, bringing down walls, victorious, standing tall between two discs, one eye on God, the other on words spoken and recorded, kept between crevices of trees in a place where faces rest on shoulders and sleeves, provide ease to doze, and messages written in the sand and flour on hands lends us face to face with our creation and contemplation like Yah and elation as we produce ourselves, as we are products of the people and places and hands that shaped us in the blackest of space, in the blackness of space. We are love through the eyes of sisters that love us, as our hearts leap with joy, watching the children of our brothers reach for the stars, as mothers produce children that become kin to ours, to fathers that fathers theirs and others, through words spoken, through golden tokens. Don't stop smiling when things get hard, 'cause children are miracles and angels of God, whose toes don't touch the ground when they walk. You can tell by the stalk from whence they come, crowns worn like hats on heads of women that dance with those who have gone on, those whose names and faces are kept in records we don't see, written with light on walls by scribes decoded on the scrolls of our souls, temple hymnals to queen mothers and kings whose influence will last like dunes. May we see ourselves in more than the sands we find ourselves in. May we find ourselves in rich soil that grows watermelons like babies. May we, with concrete under our feet, still plant seed, for that's where roses grow, born with prickly thorns and petals to brothers, with the skin sun-kissed and dipped in Nubian gold, to sisters that form smiles in the shape of a bow, giving praise to Elohim as our shadows walk underground in valleys, and queens sit on thrones of David's sons, armed, anticipating the day the resurrection comes, and the scribe sees the records of the victorious, the Maheru, those who have already won in high courts, where cons and radicals with track records pick flat bushes into awesome afros as a living reminder that black is beautiful and ancient, like drum talk, before we had words, and present, like the beating of hearts, in sync, had brothers unite in arms round 67, and as word to my moms, and sisters raising arms, doing shadow work upon rivers, waters, to the sisters that lean in and brothers that lean back, to the fathers and the mamas and the shatas and all the face mobsters. Play on, player. Play on, playette. Be super. For from greatness we come, to greatness we go.